Why does Mez have hot water running? Okay, well, water, hot, toasty. Okay, so you're going to fill this up to 300 milliliters. All right. And then, with your hot water, you're going to come over here and you're going to put a tablespoon of that. Not sponsored. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. Alrighty. Hot water. Alrighty. So, come over here and grab part of a tablespoon. Again, grab the other part of the tablespoon. Put again, 1 tablespoon. 300 milliliters of tap hot water. Alrighty. This Mez is helping me. Once you put the yeast in, you're going to need to just do like a literally squeeze of honey. That is it. Normally you would put sugar. We're using honey.
What's the reason?
The reason why is because it goes through and helps preserve the bread longer naturally. This is a 12-ounce tumbler that you mix drinks in. This is how we're going to measure out our flour. Don't judge me. Anyway, so if you notice, you don't understand a word on that flour container. The reason why you don't understand any of the words on this is an American flour, okay? Do not buy American flour. Go to your Eastern European store and pick up your flour. It should look something like this. Take your glass. Now for 300 milliliters, typically it's about 2 1/4 of these glasses. Run it through a shifter. I guess Mez has had a little too much to do tonight. All right. 1. 2. Again, use the handle. Go sifty, not mixy. Sifty. $20 if you can tell me where that's from. And then we're going to add just a little bit more flour. Okay? About half. Sifty. Okay. We've all seen these. See this silly little thing? This is a half of a teaspoon.
No, it's teaspoon.
This is salt.
A teaspoon.
And pour it in like so. Now, what you want is your yeast to look something like that. Okay? And when it looks like that, you're good to go. Don't discard your tablespoon yet. So you're going to pour this in. And then you're going to grab...
Later. This is later.
Okay, so Miss Mez is currently telling me I've been doing bread all wrong.
No. You mix this, mix, and put oil when you already mix, good mix.
But then my hands will be sticky.
It's okay.
You should be able to
use
Miss
this
Mez in the
spoon.
Spoon? When did we start using a spoon?
You use this spoon, and at the end you add oil, and then you use the. We're using spoon first to mix. A little bit more water.
Need more water?
Just a little bit more water.
Oh.
It's a little bit too rough.
All right. Measuring cup, water.
Okay. Just a tiny bit. Like that. Then check it. Not yet. The consistency is never too hard. It has to be soft. Okay. Now, when it's all clumped like that, then we take it out. Then we add just a little bit, like that. Now we have to mix more. Mix it good. No more flour. No more flour. Oops. Take it out. A bit more. See, it's starting to develop resistance. But it's also like growing. Okay, that's it. Cover it up.
So whenever you're covering up, the one thing that you want to do is make sure you use plastic wrap. Okay. All right, so. Yes, as you get down to the bottom of the roll, it becomes harder to separate. All right. And then from here, depending upon where you're at in the country, obviously if you're up north right now, being February, you don't want to put this outside. Because I'm in Florida, I can put this outside and it will raise outside. You're going to let it raise for an hour, okay? We'll be back in an hour. All right, so it's been an hour. The dough has risen. before you play with that, this is a bread dish. Now, you can go through and get them glass metal. I'm kind of old school. I prefer metal. Use some oil and a brush, or you can use a paper towel. And what you're going to do is you're going to coat this. Now, this is not the only separator we're using, okay? Now, for those that bake, you know what a separator is. It's something that literally separates your baked goods from the dish that you're baking in. So we have separator number 1, which is the oil. Now what we're gonna do, well, what are you gonna do with that? I'm going to put this in there, and I'm gonna put another layer of barrier. Now, this is where old school Atari 2600 gameplay comes in really handy. Because what you want is you want a thin coat of oil and a thin coat of flour all around the baking dish. Exactly. Miss Mez gets me.
Shake it hard, shake it hard.
That sounded dirty. Okay, so anyway. Anybody who knows me knows I'm not a grown-up. But this is what you're going for. You want a complete flour coating. And because, well, we haven't made a big enough mess yet, grab just a pinch of flour on your favorite cutting board, or don't even need a cutting board. When I'm doing this off camera, I don't even use the cutting board. I just put the flour on the counter. Don't tell Miss Mez. Anyway, and we're gonna go through and bring this out.
Leave me a little piece for pizza.
Yes, Miss Mez loves this for pizza, so you can actually use this recipe for pizza dough as well. So,
use your hand. Jesus, Richard. Man-made.
Handmade, okay. Miss Mez got jokes. All right. Get this. Now, I go through, just grab fingers and just dip it into the flour. Okay. What you're going to do is turn it into a ball. Now, because we are also going to do a pizza out of this, I am going to take about 25% of it. I'm just going to slice it and set it off to the side for pizza dough.
Less than 25%. Less than 25%. You're greedy. It's okay. Put it there. It's okay. It will be small pizza.
You just can't win. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to turn this into a ball again. And then once it's a ball, we're going to spread it out. So if you go through, you take your dish and you literally put it at the end of whatever you're using to knead the dough on. You can go through and just kind of figure it out. You're just working the dough. And it doesn't take a lot of flour on this part. Now, the reason why you're doing this is you're getting it ready for the second rise, okay? So bread rises twice. You have the initial in the big bowl, and then you have another in the form itself. So what you're gonna do is just go through, put it into a ball, kind of spread this out evenly. Spready, spready, spready. Just to the edges. Okay. Now, I know the dish looks this size, and the dough is only this size. Don't worry about that. The reason why is because, again, it's going to do a second rise. All right. Now, with the initial rise, we did an hour. With this rise, I'm actually going to go about 45 minutes to an hour. You can do it as early as 30 minutes. So, grab your little piece of plastic that you took off your big container and use it to cover like so. Now, you just heard my oven go off in the background. It's preheating, and I will get into that right before I put this into the oven. Yes, Miss Mez is also doing ribs that you just saw a photo of. Alrighty, Alrighty, so we're back with the bread. So, you remember how skinny it was, or how thin it was? Didn't have any girth. There was no thickness. Now, that's how much it's risen. Now, Miss Mez has ribs in the oven, so as a result, can't exactly put this in yet, but
No, you can.
that pizza that we were talking about, yeah, that's what that looks like. Anywho, back to the bread. So we'll go through and wait for the ribs to get done, and then we will get this in, and yeah, we'll show you the end result. Okay, so when you put that in the oven, it's going to be 375 degrees for 25 minutes. Got it? Good. Let me show you what the end result looks like. What is it with my fingers? Okay, sorry about that. All right, let's take a look to see what we got. We're going to turn the light on. Oh, Lordy. Okay, so our time is up. Yes, you did read that right. I actually stayed up till 2 o'clock in the morning to make this. Oh, dear God, that smells amazing. Alright. I got it. No, I don't got it. There. Miss Mez is helping me. And that is your finished product. One loaf of bread. Homemade, using non-American flour, and I'll explain why that's significant here in a second. So let me get you flipped around, and then we will take it from there. Okay, so let's talk for just a moment. In this video, I've gone through and kind of highlighted multiple times that the flour that I'm using is not American flour. Americans have actually been modifying their flour since the 1920s. The seed itself has been modified since the 1940s. So as a result, and the reason why it was modified was because at first they wanted something drought resistant, and then they needed something insect resistant, and then they needed something. It was all of these modifications that at the end of the day, the flour that you're using from Walmart, Target, whatever, if it says the wheat was harvested in America, it's been modified. I am 55 years old. Depending upon who you talk to in real life, I don't look my age. And part of that has to do with the fact of I intentionally Stay away from preservatives, modified foods, processed foods, things of that nature. Everything that is supposed to work on a man works on me. So just be careful about what you put in your body. Because at the end of the day, you've got one shot at this. Don't waste it. Anyway, thank you for watching the bread recipe. I do greatly appreciate it. Like, subscribe, all that blah, 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 blah. Anyway, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to bed. I will talk to you guys later.